Whole grains have been consumed by humans for tens of thousands of years. However, proponents of some current diets, such as the paleo diet, assert that consuming wheat is unhealthy. In contrast to processed grains, which have been related to obesity and inflammation, whole grains are not associated with these health issues. In fact, consuming whole grains is related with a decreased risk of diabetes, heart disease, and high blood pressure. This video will discuss the health benefits of whole grains. Please subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon for future alerts before beginning this video. Here are the 9 most important health advantages of whole grains. What are whole grains? Grains are the seeds of cereals, which are grass-like plants. Corn, rice, and wheat are some of the most frequent cultivars. Some seeds of non-grass plants, or pseudocereals, such as buckwheat, quinoa, and amaranth, are also considered whole grains. The bulk of the grain's middle layer is composed of carbohydrates, whilst its inner layer contains vitamins, minerals, proteins, and plant components. One may roll, crush, or shatter grains. As long as all 3 components remain present in their original proportion, the grains are considered complete. The germ and bran have been removed from refined grains, leaving just the endosperm. Even while certain vitamins and minerals have been put back to enhanced refined grains, they are not as healthful or nutritious as whole grains. Oatmeal, popcorn, millet, quinoa, brown rice, whole rye, wild rice, wheat berries, bulgur, buckwheat, freekeh, barley, and sorghum are examples of common whole grain variations. These foods are considered whole grains, and their products are called whole grain. Included are certain varieties of bread, spaghetti, and morning cereals. When purchasing processed whole grain items, check the ingredient list to ensure that they include just whole grains and not refined grains as well. Also, keep an eye on the sugar level, particularly in the case of sugar-laden morning cereals. The label whole grain does not always indicate that a product is nutritious. Number 1. High in nutrients and fiber. The B vitamins, such as niacin, thiamine, and folate, can be found in particularly high concentrations in whole grains. They also have a respectable quantity of minerals, including zinc, iron, magnesium, and manganese in their make-up. Whole grains contain a wide variety of different plant compounds, some of which have been linked to disease prevention. Whole grains consist of the grain in its entirety, including all 3 of its component parts. There is a very wide variety available, the most common of which are whole wheat and whole corn, oats, brown rice, and quinoa. There are also a great number of other options. Number 2. Lower your risk of heart disease. Whole grains provide several health advantages, including lowering the risk of heart disease, which is the leading cause of death globally. A meta-analysis of 10 research indicated that eating 3 1-ounce, 28-gram portions of whole grains per day may reduce your risk of heart disease by 22%. Similarly, a 10-year study of 424 people found that those who consumed the most whole grains in relation to overall carb consumption had a 47% reduced risk of heart disease. According to the researchers, healthy diets should contain more whole grains and less processed grains. Most studies include multiple kinds of whole grains together, making it difficult to differentiate the benefits of specific meals. Nonetheless, whole grain breads and cereals, as well as additional bran, have been explicitly related to a lower risk of heart disease. Number 3. Lower your risk of stroke. Whole grains may also reduce your chance of having a stroke. In a review of 6 trials involving almost 250,000 participants, those who consumed the most whole grains had a 14% reduced risk of stroke than those who consumed the fewest. Furthermore, whole grains have substances that help lower your risk of stroke, such as fiber, vitamin K, and antioxidants. Whole grains are also suggested in the DASH and Mediterranean diets, which may help reduce your risk of stroke. Number 4. Reduce your risk of obesity. Consuming fiber-rich meals might help you feel full and avoid overeating. This is one of the reasons why high-fiber diets are suggested for weight reduction. Whole grains and products made from them are more filling than refined grains and may reduce your risk of obesity, according to research. In fact, a review of 15 studies involving nearly 120,000 people found that eating 3 servings of whole grains per day was associated with a lower BMI and less belly fat. Another study that looked at research from 1965 to 2010 discovered that whole grain cereal and cereal with added bran were linked to a slightly lower risk of obesity. Hope you are enjoying watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for future notifications. Number 5. Reduce your chances of developing type 2 diabetes. Consuming whole grains instead of processed grains may reduce your risk of type 2 diabetes. An analysis of 16 research indicated that substituting whole grains for refined grains and consuming at least 2 servings of whole grains per day might reduce your risk of diabetes. This is due, in part, to the fact that fiber-rich whole grains may aid in weight management and the prevention of obesity, which is a risk factor for diabetes. Furthermore, research has connected whole grain consumption to decreased fasting blood sugar levels and increased insulin sensitivity. This might be related to magnesium, a mineral contained in whole grains that helps your body digest carbohydrates and is connected to insulin sensitivity. Number 6. Support healthy digestion. Whole grain fiber can help with digestion in a variety of ways. First, fiber adds bulk to stools and reduces the risk of constipation. Second, certain types of fiber in grains function as prebiotics. This means they aid in the feeding of your beneficial gut bacteria, which is essential for digestive health. Number 7. Reduce chronic inflammation. Many chronic illnesses are caused by inflammation. Whole grains may help reduce inflammation, according to some evidence. According to one research, women who ate the most whole grains had the lowest risk of dying from inflammation-related chronic diseases. Furthermore, a recent research found that replacing refined wheat products with whole wheat products reduced inflammatory markers in adults with poor diets. These and other research findings back up public health recommendations to replace most refined grains with whole grains. Number 8. May reduce your risk of cancer. Although promising, research on whole grains and cancer risk has yielded mixed results. 6 studies out of a total of 20 showed a lower risk of cancer, while 14 showed no link. According to current studies, whole grains provide the greatest anti-cancer advantages against colorectal cancer, which is one of the most frequent kinds of cancer. Furthermore, some fiber-related health benefits may help lower your risk of cancer. This includes its function as a prebiotic. Finally, other components of whole grains, such as phytic acid, phenolic acids, and saponins, may help to slow the progression of cancer. Number 9. Linked to a reduced risk of premature death. When your risk of chronic illness is lowered, so is your chance of dying early. In fact, one research found that eating whole grains reduced the chance of dying from heart disease as well as any other reason. The researchers evaluated data from 2 large cohort studies, correcting for other characteristics that may impact mortality rates, such as smoking, body weight, and general eating habits. According to the findings, every 1 ounce, 28-gram portion of whole grains was associated with a 5% decreased risk of mortality. That is all for today. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Share your ideas in the comments, and if you are interested in seeing more great videos, please subscribe to our channel.